Okay, second take. This is video number 3 about coil rebuild. Okay, of course, I was in the middle of the video and chatting away, and I actually lost things off the bench. So there's a few things I've already done. I'm going to have to re-explain it. I can't show you me doing it because I'm not going to go back and stitch all this video together. I don't have the means to do it, and it'll take too much time. But anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to reuse this coil shell, this business here. Usually, look, normally I put a big grommet in here, but it's all actually glued in, and it has a nut there tightening it up. It's okay. But what I've done is I've chopped off the fingers half the distance. Here, the ones that come up and grab the cable, I don't want those to destroy it. And I also lost a little tiny rubber bung, but I'm probably not going to put this in water or detect in the rain, so I probably don't need to worry about it. Now, when you do these coils, if you have the connector on the cable still, which you should have, put that on first. Do not forget putting that on, because you put it all together and then how are you going to get it on? You're going to take the plug off, and that's a bit painful. So what I've done here, got this, stick this through here if it fits. And it doesn't want to fit. Why is that so? Dear. It won't go through. I'll tell you what, if it won't go through, I'm going to make it go through. There you go. Yeah, it's a tiny little bit big. Because the cable at the end here has been, God, it's tight anyway. No, now it's loose. This part of the cable was tight. It's probably because it been bent back and forth millions of times. I don't know. Anyway, we'll roll on. I've got this thing. I'm going to get this right out of the way. I'm going to have to actually turn this in reverse, else it won't move. So that goes way down there. I'll get this, put that down there. Now, I've trimmed these and I've made them, I'll see if you can see it like that. I've made them very, very short and not big long lengths of soldered wire. I've done also the same on those. I've trimmed them, they're too long, and I've done it just so they've got about 2 millimeters of solder on the end. Anyway, we have to go through this hole here, go through there, and I'm going to have to wiggle it all and get it all in position. I'm going to put my, oops, have to plug that in. I took that out, it's going to get too hot. But what we've done now, we've just got the cable through. I'm going to put it on here. But before I do that, I don't know if you can see that I'll try that. I've cut out some of the foam so I can put two not ferrite, powdered iron cores. Okay. I'm going to put 2 cores on the cable like so, and it's just going to nest in here. I'm going to have to do a little bit of mucking around with some tape on the other side and a bit more paint, but you get the gist of it, I would say, I hope. So I want to get this in the right spot. I'm going to hot melt glue this down so it doesn't move. I want to measure everything out. I've got this top of the coil plate hanging off the wire, makes it very difficult. So what we want to do, I definitely want to get those on there. Okay. This is the inner one, the inner start of the wind. So that's going on here. Get that off there. Okay. This will burn my fingers, I know, but I'm going to do it quick. Totally on the wrong angle. But here we go. Ouch. Okay. If you can see how I've done that, that is minuscule solder. That is what you want to aim for. You want to get all the strands of your LITS cable and your LITS wire tinned, but you don't want it cooking it all the way back up here and burning off the insulation. That's just as bad as putting a big long piece of solder. That's why I say this is the third take of this video, so I've already done this stuff, and yeah, I just got to show the end result. So that's one wire on. Well, actually, before you actually put the second one on, you want to wrap some insulation around it so that it doesn't short on the braid. Best thing you can use, if you want, you can use heat shrink, but you know, I don't bother. This is just a quick coil. It's if I can get this stuff here off, there we go. What I'll do, I'll tear a little bit off, and I'll just wrap this around the wire. Get it in close. Again, a few turns of this, like so. Just going to stop a chance of this braid connection touching. It is possible, but usually that is enough to fix it so it doesn't happen. So this probably has a little bit too much, but that's all right. It's on the braid. We're going to cover it anyway with I've got a feeling that's got that funny solder on it. We just tin it a little bit so we get it started. It's just acting very dry. Yeah, it's enough turns there. That's good. Okay. Yelch. Gets damn hot. Copper conducts heat at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Okay. Give that. See, that's not going to come off. It's not going to break. It's on hard. It's actually quite good. What we'll do then, get another bit of good old masking tape. Masking tape's really good for doing this, by the way. And as there's tons on this one anyway, I just want to put a little bit around there. I'm going to separate the winds there. And because it's sticky, it won't go where I want it to. You have to pull it down, like get down there. So, and just around and separate a bit. I'll just get these and poke it through like so, and just around, and we'll get to something like that. Now, that's where we're at. I'm going to push these up. This might take a little bit of doing, but I'll get it there. Might be a little. These cores are pretty small, but we'll get there. Oh no, they're fine. Beautiful. Now I've got the cores where they are there. I'm just going to tack these top and there goes the multimeter lead, top and bottom, just so it doesn't go anywhere. So a tiny bit there. a tiny bit there. Align them so they're close within reason. You want to get these cores as close as together as possible. Normally, these are coated with an epoxy, and if I had time, on one face of one core and the other face of the other, I would grind the epoxy off and I would super glue them together with proper super glue, and clamp them so they are really, really tight. But look, it's not going to make much difference. I don't think it's going to make any difference at all, of course, because when they're in here in the groove, I'm going to bed them down with some hot melt glue. So we'll see where we are with this at the moment. Notice how I use my little 4-eye things. That just keeps them in place roughly. I use my 4 eyes because it gives me good magnification. If there's any stuff ups, you can notice it really easy. Now, I'll get this lined up somewhere around there. Normally, I could put some hot melt glue down there, but because this might stuff me around trying to get it in, and it goes hard, I'll be, behind the 8 ball. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to adjust, push, like so. I want to get these right down. I want to make sure this cable is not pushing up like that. Okay. Because this is very close to here, I'm going to have to use my little measuring stick, which is covered in glue, but it'll work. I'll get this and I'll put that on the wood there, and I'll put this back on high heat. I was looking for something that I can push down those cores, probably that. Okay, I want to get some hot melt glue beside the cores in there. We'll have a look here. Not too much. And whilst that's there, it's going to hold it down. I want to hold it a little bit below the top here. Now, of course, it definitely is going to take a little bit of time to stick down, but we're getting there. I think it's going all right. The thing is, there won't be much heat travel through that foam, so it's going to hold heat. Okay. I really want a big flat screwdriver. Oh, I've got one here. There we go. I really want to push it down a bit harder than what it is, but it'll be okay. It'll be in the ballpark. Now that's stuck to that. That's fun doing this, isn't it? Okay, in there. Just so we can hold it down. A few tacks on the cable at the top. You don't want to do this. I just lick my finger and push that down. Make sure it's not sticking up. But we've got something like that at the moment. Like I say, this is just converting an old coil into a different configuration with different shielding, and the hide the ground from those cable joins, the same as what they do in all those ZZs. Okay, down. I just get those wires roughly in the middle of the groove there. It's not critical. I suppose if you get an equal distance away from the Faraday shield at the bottom and the top, it's optimum, but it doesn't really matter. I think that's in tight. I just manipulate that. I was going to run these wires a little bit closer together. It's a big blob of glue I left in there. Look, it's not going to make any difference. Close enough. It's good enough. Now, let's have a look here. It's probably up 1/1000 of an inch. Would you believe? It's nothing, but I can feel it. Oh, dear me. So what I want to do here, actually, I probably want that, but I was looking around, see what else I've got here to do this. I don't want anything like that's going to break the cores or anything. I think I've got it. Yep, I've cleared the deck. So what you do now with this, normally when you get a coil to this stage, you want to poke that up too, wait for this to set properly, poke that up and stick some hot melt in there and pull that down tight and get it right down and hold it so it all settles. And because I'm rushing this, what did I forget to do? What did I forget to do? I just realized it just then. The braid, the earthing wire. I haven't put it on. That's what I said, that you got to not rush doing this, because you'll do what I just did and leave the earthing wire off. Because it's in front of my face somewhere, hiding with everything else, I can't see it, and thus out of sight, out of mind. And is that it there? There it is. That's on the end of the cable I chopped off. It's waiting for a rainy day. Yeah, have a look at the big solder blobs on that anyway. That is not how you do it. So that has to get put back on. I don't think it's too hard. I'll just move the tape and I'll just heat it up and stick it on. But guys, this is what happens if you try and... I'm trying to do a video and rush it. I've got other jobs to do. I've got all sorts of requests, and you know what happens if you rush a job, don't you? Dear me. Nope. This ain't going to work because the connections are hidden by the ferrite cores. This is where you just regroup your thoughts. I'm going to have to fix that. And that entails lifting the cores up enough, isopropyl alcohol to get the hot melt glue off, and then I'm going to have to take the tape off the braid and connect that like such. I can't swear, can I? I did on my other video, but Chari went and chopped it out. She's got some Samsung software, something or other. I don't know what it is, and she could do that. But I'm not going to bother her if I swear on this one. How about I just... How about I just build it? How about I just build